back to Imagination. I'm Nicholas Pettis.
And I'm Chiaki Moran. Did you see that camera move? I liked it.
You like the camera move?
Yeah,
I just realized that it's been doing that.
No, it was faster
time.
than usual.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I liked it.
Anyway, you know what?
What?
We've talked about zombies and the monsters and stuff like that. There's been a lot of Attack on Titans going on and stuff like that also, right? So zombies, right? Like seriously, like so zombies started out back in the day by it's being really boring, right?
So you want to do zombies today?
I kind of want to do zombies. Of course I want to do zombies.
Okay, so if we pick like usual, normal, ordinary zombie, that wouldn't be interesting to anyone, right? So I'm going to pick a zombie.
Right?
Covered in flame.
What? A burning zombie?
Burning zombie. So today's feature is battle fantasy manga called Fire Force.
That sounds cool, straight off.
Right?
Fire Force.
So it's about a special firefighting team and members of Fire Force. They each have different types of superpower, but they can all manipulate fire. It's like
Zombies
flame versus flame, kind of.
Fight fire with fire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's not only about slash and kill.
Okay.
It has a deeper theme to it.
Sounds really deep, burning zombies.
The firefighting team's goal is to put out the fire from burning zombies slash human, kind of.
Do they burn themselves or do they also burn other stuff?
They ignite themselves like out of nowhere.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I hope they make an anime out of this one.
Maybe, and okay. So the ultimate goal is to put out the fire and repose their soul, zombie's soul.
Zombies don't have souls.
Well, it's not exactly zombie. It's like human turns into a flame zombie kind of thing.
You sure we want to put them in the same category as zombies?
You just gotta find out.
I really need to find out.
Because he's confused, and I'm pretty sure you guys are confused too.
Burning human zombies?
Let's get started.
This time we'll feature Fire Force, the latest work by Atsushi Ohkubo, author of Soul Eater, which was a very popular manga overseas too. It's a battle fantasy story that depicts the great success of a special firefighting brigade set in an imaginary world of Tokyo in year 198 of the solar era. The enemies of this special firefighting brigade are zombies called flame people, who are affected by a phenomenon that causes their entire bodies to spontaneously ignite, thereby transforming them into beings that only want to cause destruction with their flames. The Special Firefighting Brigade is an organization composed of people with special ignition abilities that allow them to freely control flames, seeking to save the souls of the flame people by fighting them. The hero, Shinra, is also a member of this Special Firefighting Brigade. Shinra can use his ignition ability to spray flames from his feet. He actually volunteered for assignment to the Special Firefighting Brigade. He and his colleagues are getting close to uncovering the truth behind the flame people. Up until now, 4 volumes of the manga have been released, and an overseas version is slated to come out as well. The person who illustrated Fire Force is Atsushi Ohkubo, a manga artist that's popular overseas too. His masterpiece is the much-loved battle action manga Soul Eater, which was serialized in monthly Shonen Gangan as a big draw manga from 2004 to 2013. The setting of the story is Death City, where Grim Reaper manages an academy, and the story depicts the great success of Maka, a craftsperson who makes thighs, and Soul Eater, who can turn into a scythe. The fantastic worldview and the daring battles by its pop-like characters were a big hit, and the manga was released overseas in France, China, and elsewhere. Total circulation of all 25 volumes exceeds 17 million copies. Further building on its popularity, it was eventually turned into an anime in 2008, later also being turned into a video game and app.
ああ、マカ、間違いない。あいつの魂はもう鬼神の卵だ。人間じゃない。でも普段は人間の姿をしてる。
行くよソウル一応外れす魂いずれ鬼神へと変貌する恐れがある死神様の名のもとに粛清その魂を回収せよお前の魂いただくよ
Because this is the latest work by Ohkubo, the author of Soul Eater, the editorial department of Shonen Magazine, which is serializing it, has received many offers from overseas publishers.
His previous work, Soul Eater, was very popular overseas. Part of this is due to elements Atsushi Ohkubo uses in his work. For example, he portrays people as belonging to an organization and features a Japanese-style worldview, something along the lines of Cool Japan. When we talked to people overseas, I got the impression that they were attracted to the worldview of the story itself, along with being attracted to this kind of Japanese-style story about a boy who belongs to an organization.
Coming up, we'll look in on Ohkubo's production studio for the first time ever on TV. We'll get an up-close, behind-the-scenes look at the production of Fire Force.
So, did you see? It's zombie/humans, because there's a phenomena where a person will like ignite themselves and it just becomes a flame human/zombies.
Flame humans.
So they still have souls, you know. That's why firefighters, Fire Force, they have to repose fire zombie/human soul.
This could be kind of a zombie. It could be like a classification there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm okay with it.
Zombies could take form of anything, right? There's evolution in the zombie world too. They could be so.
Are we going to look at the characters or something?
Yes. Okay, so let's check out the members of Fire Force. Bam! He's Shinna, the main character of the story.
Nice.
And he has an ability to ignite his feet. He has lost his mom and his little brother 12 years ago.
Oh, poor boy.
But he doesn't know who did it. So he joined this Fire Force to find out who actually did it, because he's still chasing the villain. So him, Arthur, he's like Shinna's colleague. He's able to raise the temperature of fire, of the flame he creates, and he can fabricate a fire sword called plasma.
Oh, that is cool.
That's it.
There you have
That's plasma.
All right, that's like a lightsaber. That is super cool.
It's super cool. Okay, let's move on to the next. Maki Oze. So she's
I actually know this.
What?
Because I checked up on her.
You checked up on her?
Yeah, I checked up on her. Her powers of fire are the powers that can control other fighters' fires.
I can manipulate someone else's firepower.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, and next guy. Takehisa, and he's like semi-leader of Shinna's troop, and he can control the power of gunpowder. So Obi-san, he's the leader of Shinna's troop, and he does not have superpower. So he uses his own might to fight against the Homurabito zombies. So, well, we've checked all the characters, right?
Yep.
And I saw you checking the actual manga.
Yeah, I
5 minutes
was
ago.
glancing through it, and I just want to say that it's not just all slashing and killing. There's actually a really good storyline going on here. And there's also a little bit of AI candy for some of the guys in here.
Romantic. So, do you want to check out the story?
I do, actually. I want to find out why they start burning. That's what I really want to find out. So, Chiaki,
What?
did you know
What?
Ohkubo-san, the manga artist here, it's his actual first time to be on TV.
Really? And
Our show.
he chose our show?
He chose our show.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
On this day, there was a signing event with Ohkubo at a bookstore to commemorate the release of the new Volume 4. This is the popular manga artist Atsushi Ohkubo. Because it's rare for Ohkubo to appear in the media, a lot of fans came to the signing event.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to more of your work.
I really love his cool drawings. They remind me of like New York or Western music.
Beginning with Soul Eater, I just love the drawings and the story. But Fire Force is even more fun than I ever expected. I look forward to reading it every week.
The setting of the story is Tokyo in the year 198 of the solar era. Almost out of the blue one day, this world is tormented by the threat of humans that mysteriously combust without warning all of a sudden. After members of the general public suddenly catch fire, with their entire bodies getting enveloped in flames in the twinkling of an eye, they lose their minds and turn into zombies called Flame People. The Special Firefighting Brigade are people who save the souls of the Flame People by fighting them. They are divided into 8 brigades, with each acting independently. The hero Shinra is a member of the 8th Special Firefighting Brigade. He can send out flames from his feet and defeat the Flame People using powerful foot techniques. Shinra volunteered to be assigned to the Special Firefighting Brigade because of his strong sense of justice. But leading up to that was the loss of his mother and baby brother in a sudden fire 12 years ago. However, encouraged by his friends from the Special Firefighting Brigade to use fire, he unleashes his special powers. Unharmed, Shinra and his friends succeed in defeating the Flame People. After receiving the thanks of the factory chief, Shinra renews his resolve to fight the Flame People. This is the first time for Ohkubo to be on TV. He crams all the things he likes into his work.
I love zombie horror movies, and there always comes a point when a close friend or family member turns into a zombie and must be killed. There are so many zombie stories out there that they've become repetitive. So I added some new elements, such as spontaneous human combustion and special firefighting brigades and so on, and illustrated them from various angles.
Ohkubo takes special care with scenes in which the main character has conflicting feelings as a hero.
Shinra has lost all of his family, so nothing is important for him. But as a result of nothing being important, everything appears equal in his eyes. That's why saving everyone and everything is important to him. By not cherishing one thing over another, I think he's able to maintain the temperament of a hero.
Circumstances such as these for the main character give the story depth. Speaking of the charms of Ohkubo's work, his characters are rather quirky. This is Arthur, who's a colleague of the main character, Shinra. He turns high-temperature flames into a sword that can cut anything. And this is Maki, who has the ability to freely manipulate and control flames. She used to be in the military and is exceptionally skilled at reflecting incoming fire attacks and using an opponent's flames against them. This is Obi Akitaru, who's the leader of the 8th Special Firefighting Brigade to which Shinra belongs. He doesn't possess any special abilities, which is unusual for the Special Firefighting Brigade, but his fit physique and inner strength give him the capacity to lead the team. One of the main reasons he decided to write a story about the successes of the firefighters was that he was attracted to the design of the uniforms.
In the past, firefighters cut a somewhat cute figure in the age when they wore retro helmets and, you know, those double-layered coat things. That was pretty cute. It was important for their appearance to reflect a hero for justice element, which was the trigger for me to choose firefighters.
While there are many works that depict tight-fitting uniforms, by intentionally making the visuals of the uniform loose, Ohkubo's illustrations are uniquely pop-like and live. Here, Ohkubo demonstrated his drawing process. Some of the characters in this story with special abilities are portrayed with gleaming pupils. Ohkubo's playfulness can be seen in these kinds of delicate expressions.
The centers of Shinra's eyes gleam, and Arthur's eyes glow, but I gradually grew bored of this. So, little by little, I turned the patterns in their eyes into flowers or stars. This one is an artist, so I thought of the word art and incorporated the shape of the letter A in his eyes. Since he's kind of creepy, I thought it would be good for him to have creepy eyes.
Ohkubo said he likes introducing symbols and logos into his designs, thereby giving life to his personal predilections in delicate spots such as these. Ohkubo also focused this time on his obsession with the so-called steampunk worldview. He showed us some of the resources he used to illustrate this worldview.
The original concept was to combine the worldview of the early stages of the Meiji, Taisho, and Showa eras in Japan with steampunk. So I bought these resources for reference. They feature pictures from the Meiji era, steampunk pictures, you know, so on, that kind of stuff. And then I asked the staff to combine them and draw the results. Signs and flags of this kind were typical of Japan, or Asia in general. So if we added a little bit of that, we could portray a certain kind of steampunk worldview, as you can see.
The Meiji era began in 1868. It ushered in a turbulent time when the country, which had remained closed for over 200 years, finally opened up, thereby letting Western culture in. It was also a time when city landscapes changed all at once.
For example, this scene depicts the early stages of the Meiji and Showa eras in Japan. The train running at the bottom here, that's from the Taisho era, but above it are steampunk buildings. This is not simply the old days with the addition of high-rise buildings like we have in Japan today. This silhouette right here, it doesn't actually mean anything, and would be hard to clean, but it symbolizes steampunk. If it were just a normal board, it would be enough for it to be rectangular. But various things are sticking out of it. So, you know, with things like this, you can tell that this is mostly symbolic of steampunk.
When you hear the word steampunk, it's easy to picture gears, wheels, or pipes. But Ohkubo tells us that weird shapes, such as meaningless projections sticking out, are its real charm.
The designs are basically silhouettes, so you can easily make out the shape of the pyramids, a European castle, or a Japanese castle, even if we black them out. In the same way, the steampunk worldview also consists of silhouettes. So I told the staff to capture them as silhouettes instead of small figures.
In the new Fire Force story, which is full of Ohkubo's obsessions, to unravel the mystery of spontaneous human combustion, Shinra sneaks into the 1st Special Firefighting Brigade, where he is hailed as the key holder. This group is elite among the Special Firefighting Brigades, and its members are all big guns. While there, Shinra sees someone wearing the uniform of the 1st Special Firefighting Brigade set someone on fire and turn him into one of the flame people. Who is the mastermind behind this spontaneous human combustion? And what's its purpose? The decision has been made to roll out the overseas editions one after another. Ohkubo spoke to us about his enthusiasm for releasing more material.
I've always been very overseas oriented. Since Japan is an island, I didn't want this comic to sell just in Japan. I mean, manga can be read by people in various countries. And like Soul Eater, I would like for this Fire Brigade story to be read by many people. People all over the world. That's my dream.
I think that was probably the how do you say that?
What?
The most nice office of a manga artist I've ever seen. The neatest. Yeah, the neatest office ever.
It was clean and organized and...
This is art. I am all for the ink pen. Because if you miss it, you have to redo the whole thing.
Or erase it with...
No, you can't erase it because it's ink.
No, there's white ink.
They don't use white ink on those things. They're so good, they don't make mistakes. That's what's so amazing. Well, they put the underdrawing on it and they refill it up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why they don't make mistakes, I think, anyway. Not very often, but that is art. You like the way he put the A in the art there?
Yeah, in the eye.
Pretty sneaky.
Yeah. So the Fire Force is now released in Taiwan, and they're planning to release it in France, US, Germany, Korea, Italy, Spain, and more, I guess.
That's a lot of countries.
Yes, they're planning to release it.
You know why?
Why?
Because everybody loves zombies.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is like a whole new breed of zombies. I'm all for it. And I hope they make it into anime. That would look so